There are several commonly missed claims that individuals may overlook when filing their annual tax return. Charitable donations. If you made any charitable donations during the year, such as to a registered charity or nonprofit organization, you may be eligible to claim a tax credit or deduction. Keep in mind that only donations to registered charities or nonprofits are eligible. Medical expenses. You may be able to claim certain medical expenses on your tax return, such as prescription medications, dental work, and vision care. Keep track of your medical expenses throughout the year to ensure you don't miss any eligible claims. Home office expenses. If you work from home, you may be able to claim home office expenses, such as a portion of your rent or mortgage, utilities, and internet costs. Keep in mind that you must meet certain criteria to be eligible for this claim. Student loan interest. If you paid interest on a student loan during the year, you may be able to claim a tax credit for the amount paid. Keep track of your student loan payments and ensure you have the necessary documentation to support your claim. Moving expenses. If you moved for work during the year, you may be able to claim certain moving expenses, such as transportation costs and storage fees. Keep in mind that there are certain criteria you must meet to be eligible for this claim. Child care expenses. If you paid for child care during the year, such as daycare or a nanny, you may be able to claim a tax credit or deduction. Keep track of your child care expenses and ensure you have the necessary documentation to support your claim. Home renovations for medical reasons. If you made home renovations to accommodate a medical condition or disability, you may be able to claim a tax credit or deduction for the expenses. In many jurisdictions, only renovations that meet certain criteria, such as improving access for a wheelchair or creating a safe environment for a visually impaired person, are eligible. Keep in mind that you will need to provide documentation, such as a doctor's note, to support your claim. Employment expenses. If you incur expenses related to your employment that are not reimbursed by your employer, you may be able to claim them as a deduction on your tax return. This could include expenses such as work-related travel, tools, or uniforms. However, keep in mind that the specific rules and limitations on this deduction may vary by jurisdiction. For example, in some jurisdictions, you may only be able to claim employment expenses if you are required to work from home. Investment expenses. If you incur expenses related to managing your investments, such as fees paid to a financial advisor or account maintenance fees, you may be able to claim them as a deduction on your tax return. However, keep in mind that the specific rules and limitations on this deduction may vary by jurisdiction. For example, in some jurisdictions, you may only be able to claim investment expenses if you earn income from investment activities. Public transit costs. If you use public transit to commute to work, you may be able to claim a tax credit or deduction for the cost of your transit passes. This could include bus, subway, or commuter train passes. However, the specific rules and limitations on this deduction may vary by jurisdiction. For example, in some jurisdictions, only certain types of transit passes may be eligible, and the maximum amount you can claim may be capped. It's important to note that the specific claims that are available to you may vary based on your individual circumstances and the tax laws in your jurisdiction.